Hey guys, Doc Holly here. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I just wanted to come to you and I appreciate you guys so much for giving your insight and feedback to these amazing inboxes that I've been receiving, and just which really has allowed me to have like topic of conversations that I'm putting together for these videos that I am creating. But I wanted to come to today to actually speak on an inbox that I received from a gentleman who states that he seems to only attract damaged women. So of course, you know, one of the words that I use is like, oh my goodness, this is alarming, right? That you seem to only attract damaged women. But the interesting thing is, like, he's not alone. Men and women alike, yes, you will hear it as being common that there is this attraction to where they attract damaged people. And so to look at the word damage, it is a verb, where it says it is to inflict physical harm. This means damage. So of course, damage is past tense on something, so as to impair its value, its usefulness or normal function. So that is very interesting to get that perspective, that someone would deem to say that they are attracting a damaged person, in his case a damaged woman or women. So I'm like, man, why would he say that he's attracting these women like this? Like, it's puzzling to me to think that way, because it would imply that these women are like, maybe that they've gone through something, or maybe like he's basically stating that there's a measure of, he deems that they have not healed. They may have gone through like substance abuse, like they may have experienced like cheating, emotional abuse, may have gone through like depression. There may be some bitterness. Like, these are some things that I hear from other guys that actually say when they're dealing with damaged women, this is some of the experience that they actually get from women that they, you know, basically say they have not healed. Like, they have fear of commitment, and so the men deem the women to be damaged. They've gone through something that has damaged, that has impaired their value, their usefulness, their normal function. You get it? So that it starts to make sense to me why he would think that way. But then the other side of it is the fact that he said that he's attracting this, right? So now I'm like, so now I'm like thinking to myself, well, what are some reasons why he would be attracting it, right? So one reason would be for me would be low self-esteem. Like, in my opinion, you know, people who have low self-esteem, who don't think that they can attract somebody greater, tend to attract people in that vibration, let's just say. So, you know, and I've already expressed this to the gentleman and everything, and we've talked about it. But one would be low self-esteem. Another is he may be attracting these type of women because he doesn't want to be alone. And so he doesn't realize is that when you've lowered the bar for yourself, you begin to attract to certain things, because now, instead of you being content in your space of being alone, not that you're lonely, but being alone, you're attracting this because you're so fixated on the fact that you are alone. And he can't stand not being in a relationship. You know, there was another thing. Another thing is that that comes up, that came to mind, was that this guy may actually be stuck in a pattern. Like, when you think about a pattern, like sometimes you're raised and you see something when you're young, and in essence, like, he may have saw this type of behavior in women, and it's something that he deemed to be okay, or something that he deemed that, you know, this is just common in women, and maybe I can help to fix it. You know, you just never know. So, so he may be stuck in a pattern of thought, that this is something that is acceptable, and so there's this, you know, pull there. And it could also be a lack of self-love. Like, sometimes you find that people don't have a liking or a love for themselves, and so sometimes self-love almost leads to people dating men and women alike, but I'm talking about this guy, who just really are not right for them. So this was something that was very huge to kind of like pinpoint to him to bring to the forefront. And another factor was that that I pointed out was that it may be that he subconsciously actually don't want to be involved in anyone, with nobody, right? And so as a result of him really in his head and in his heart, it's like, I really don't want to be involved with anyone. And so people who don't want to be in a relationship will often go after those that don't, like, if they want to be in one, they'll go after people that tend to not want to. You know how the gravitational pull has, the law of attraction is. It's just crazy. And so maybe that may be something that, even though he's saying he's trying for a relationship, there's maybe something on the inside that he really doesn't. So this gravitational pull comes from a place of he really doesn't want to be in a relationship. And so these women may be attracted to that energy that he's giving off. And that, last but not least, one of the points that I made to him was that isn't every man and woman damaged in some capacity? Even you. I had to go there. I just had to come right out and just say it to him, because it is like a reality. I know I'm damaged. If we think about the things that I discussed just a little bit earlier, there's a measure that I've gone through some things, and have certainly, I've gone through my healing process, but did those things impair my value, my usefulness, and all that? Yeah, absolutely. Am I still in that state? Absolutely not. I deem to have healed. Do I still have some work to go? Absolutely so. There's still some healing. So that doesn't make me a bad person or a person who can't have a successful relationship, but let's call a spade, right? Like anyone can be damaged, and that's like a reality. So I really wanted to challenge him to look at that in that perspective, and so of course he did. So as always, I would love to hear your input, your thoughts on this particular topic. Have you been faced with someone you deem to be damaged or is damaged? Like, it hands down. Or is this your gravitational pull? Like, what is going on? What has been your experience with this? All right, until next time, when Dot speaks, you owe it to yourself to listen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a blessed one.